Okay, so today we'll discuss the performance tuning. Okay, so we already completed some couple of points. Just I am giving the brief and we'll continue to the next. Okay. Okay, so SQL Server performance tuning. If any application is running slow, or if any query is running slow, or if any kind of issues, if it is noticed to us as a database administrator or as a DB maintaining. So what are the things we need to verify? So with respect to the database, if developer or DB or any architect or whoever it may be, if the concern is related to the database, what we need to verify? What are the things we need to verify? The basic things. The first one, CPU utilization, how it is there, and memory utilization. LRQ means long running queue. So if any long running queries are there on the server and how long it is running, who is running, we can find out all the sessions. Next, blocking details. If any blocking is there, one process is blocking to some other process. Locking details. At the same way, deadlock details. Query execution plan. So till this we completed, right? So I am giving the brief and we'll continue to the execution plan and all. So the first ICP utilization, we have the queries and we can identify the which one is taking time and which one is taking memory. So like that we can identify the couple of things. Otherwise, simple thing, go to the taskbar, okay, and open the task manager. Just simply open the task manager. One second. You can directly open the task manager. So it will display the task manager monitor and it will show what is the utilization and how it is there. So here you can identify which one is taking time and which one is the high CPU and high memory utilization. So we can see here and we can identify what is the value. So this is the basic step. So if it is consuming SQL Server is more, if SQL Server is consuming more, then simply we can run the query. So like select star from sys.sys processes where your session ID. So here it will show all the details. So here there is a column called CPU. If CPU is consuming more, if CPU is consuming more, here it will showing the value. And due to that, we need to verify what are the sessions is running. We no need to verify the background or sleeping. So we can write the query like this: select star from sys.sys process where status not in background and sleeping. We don't want the background and sleeping. So basically in system we have some couple of things at background it is running. Okay. So this is the one thing we can verify it. Okay. So here only one session is running. So this session, it will show what is the session ID. SPID means session ID. This SPID, it is showing that what is the session which is running and who is running and what time it is running and everything we can details it will show here. Otherwise, we can use the simple command sp underscore who to also will give the some more details who is running on this session, from what time. The login name is also showing, host name is host mission, what is his host mission. If any blocking is there, I already shown you in the last session how we can create the blockings with using begin transaction, and we can without committing the explicit transaction cross blocking each other. I already uploaded that recording video, so you can see that one, you will get to know. Okay, so that is the way we can create the blockings. Basically, in the real time, so we'll get the blockings automatically. The people are using the multiple sessions, multiple processes are running on the same object. They both are trying to update at the same time, or they both are inserting the records with using explicit transaction, and some couple of things they can able to perform. You will getting the blockings. So that is the CPU and high utilization. And memory is high, memory utilization is high also, we can able to find out the same way which we seen in the previous task manager. And also we have a commands, and we have a dmbs also. If we can use it, we can check that values. So if it is the memory, so you can use this one, buffer pages and buffer pools. Select query, and you will get to know is there any memory usage, how it is the values. These are all the standard scripts. One time only we need to make it, we no need to write the any code or anything. So this is the thing. So the buffer pool, this is the buffer pages. These are all the list of databases. Sister master model msdb mdb are the system databases, and adventure works, and I created some databases. Resource database is also hidden database, that we discuss later. Okay, this is the buffer pages. This is the buffer pool in the MB, and how much percentage is using. So this is the script we can also identify. The buffer pool value MB, it is more value, then we need to in that buffer pool it is memory is consuming. This is the one way we can troubleshoot. And another way we can identify the task manager, and we can go and verify the what is the memory who is consuming. So, and also you can identify here simply sys process also. Here there is a column called mem usage is the one column. Memory usage. If any process is consuming more, it will show the memory value. Based on that, if it is the runnable session, who is running, from what time it is running. So from there we can identify the memory also. And also one more important thing, how we can verify, how we can configure the memory. Once we go to the instance properties, go to the memory. Here there is an option called memory. So I already told you how we can configure the memory. So the total memory means total value of your RAM. Total value of your RAM. You need to make it as a 70% to 75% to the your memory. That is the max memory property. This we need to verify. Many of them are not concentrated here, so getting so much of problem here. So for example, let's assume I'm telling the simple example. Your RAM is, for example, 60 GB. 16 GB means we need to calculate the value excuse me, in terms of MBs. 16 into, you can calculate the 10024, you will get the GBs in terms of MB. So this is the value 16,384 is the value of 16 GB, which is equal to in terms of MB. So then we can calculate the select 70% of this, or we can make it 75. So the 100% is okay, 16,384. You can make it by 2. So you will get the 50% of the RAM. That is called 8192. So 8192 is the 8192 MB is the 50% of the your RAM. So what is our assumption? As per Microsoft standards, what is our target? We need to specify 75%. 8192 by 2, you will get the so another 50%. That means the 25% value of the your total RAM. So in this case, 4096. So this MB, which is equivalent to 25%. So what is our target? So we need to make it 75. So select 8192 plus 4096. So this total value is equivalent to 75% of your RAM value. 12288. So this is which is equivalent to 75%. So like that you need to calculate what is the RAM it is allocated to your machine, your server. According to that, you need to calculate in terms of MBs. So like that we need to make it. So in the real-time systems, you may have 64 GB, 128 GB, like that, 500 GB. So like that RAMs are there. Those are the servers, right? We have the large volume of memory. So not like 4 GB, 8 GB. Okay. Okay. In that case, we need to make it take the calculator or anything. You can convert the total GB into MB and you can make it the 70 to 75% value. How much is there? You can take that value 12288. So simply go to your instance of your property server, go to the memory value and you can make it simply 122. Already I set it 12288. This is already in terms of MB. Don't put in terms of KBs or GBs. Okay. The minimum value, let it be, keep it as 0. So when you set like this, your 70 to 80% of memory issues won't come. So if you are not using that value, that is trying to use always 100% of memory is consuming. So because the default value is already shown you, if you install and you can go and check the memory value, the default value is so much of unpredictable value. So in millions of value is there. So in that is the case, we are getting so many problems. So that is the first thing we need to take care. Once you need to set that value, you need to restart the SQL server. The changes should be reflected into the real service of the SQL server. That is the very important thing. Okay, let's come to the next one. So loggings and blockings already we have seen. So in deadlocks also, if multiple processes are blocking for the same resources for the long time, so you will create the deadlocks. So for this, we need to enable the two trace flags 1222 and 1224. So these two trace flags you need to enable. So there is a simple command. So dbcc trace on, dbcc trace on off, that value you can put it. So that will be automatically it will be on the, so the completed successfully, the dbcc printed the error message. So in the administrator. So once you trace on this dbcc trace status is the command, you can see the any trace flag, what is the status, is it enabled or disabled. So if this is the trace flag status, if status is 1 means enable. If I take the status of 1 22 222 for these the fixed values, okay, and 1224 this is 0 because I have not make it on. So if I make it trace on, you can able to set the value. So once you see the status, that is 1. Once you on these true, status. If any deadlock came, that will be writing into the error log. You can easily identify. These two are the standard trace flags for verifying the deadlock. So what are the different DBCC trace, DBCC's trace on, trace status? At the same way, DBCC input buffer, and the input buffer means if you can specify any SPID, what it is running. If you mention 30, so the SPID, the input buffer, what it is running, it will show. If no event, it is telling no event. At the same way, one more DBCC command, DBCC check DB. If you run this command, it will verify your database health check. At the same way, you can use the DB3C trace off. This command is the reverse of the trace on. If you want anything, you can off these values. So these are all the things we need to note down the basic things. Okay. Okay, right now I turn off. I am again on. These three are the very important. Not only this, in future, if you want to enable any trace, this is the command. If you want to know the status, you can use the trace status. You can use the any command. DBCC trace off. You can off it. That is about the deadlock information. Next, coming to the which one we need to start. Okay, execution planning. So I already told you when you want to execute any query. For example, if I am executing this query, I need to estimate the execution plan. If I go to here and there is a option called display estimated execution plan, or you can simply type the Control L. It will show the execution plan. If you see the down, this is the execution plan for any query or any stored procedure as a database maintaining person, or we need to do estimated the execution plan. How much time it will take and how long it will run, what is the components involved in this query execution, and what are the things we need to verify here. When you see the execution plan, it will show the details of each and every operator and each and every index seek or index scan. So basically, three types of indexes, three types of. If you go here, we can able to see three types of scans. The one is table scan, and the second one is seek scan, and one more is index scan. Index seek scan or index scan or table scan. The three scans we can able to index seek scan or index scan. So if you see here, you can able to see what it is. Okay. If you see here, this is the clustered index seek. This is also clustered index seek scan. At the same way, clustered index seek scan, clustered index scan, table scan. These type of three scans you can able to identify the in the estimated the execution plan. So your table scan is simply a row by row scan. All the records, if you have 100 records, one by one it is fetching, it will take a lot of time. So don't prefer and see the table scan, and you can better to go and use the index scan or index seek scan. So these two things values we need to take care. And also one more important thing, your cost value. So here involving some operators. So whatever it is showing here, every tutorial representation is called the operator. So the each operator, if you see the down, one cost is there. Cost in terms of percentage. the cost should be, okay, less than, it should be less than 10 or 15%, not more than that. If it is more value, it should be taking a long time. So here long time means it should not take any difference hours and minutes. It's a fraction of milliseconds only getting the difference. We are getting a slowness of issues. When you use the any application or Flipkart or Amazon, when you click any app, so it is not loading within 1 second or 2 seconds. We are feeling that, so it is taking so much time. The same way when application is using, if the database side queries also, we need to get it in very fraction of seconds. Then only the application will be running fine and people will be, client will be happy to this. So how we can do this? So here also we can see the kind of all operators, everything we need to take care. Okay, so that is the main thing. If wherever it is taking more cost, so if you go to the, just place your cursor on that operator, it will show the all the additional information. What it is the operation, clustered index, what is the operation logic, how many rows are scanning, what is the IO estimation cost, what is the CPU cost for this query operator, what is the, so see you will get see in this so many other additional information for getting the more clarity. Okay, so which order you are getting, what table you are using, what database using, what columns you are using, everything. If you see here in the last option, seek predicate. Seek predicate means your query is executing based on this predication value. So if anything, if you want, you can based on the predicate, we can change the columns accordingly. See these things by practice, by learning more, you will get to know. In one shot, you can't get all the performance tuning aspect with 100%. But anyway, these are all the common things we need to verify everywhere. Okay. So according to this, AdventureWorks 2019 is the database. CC is the table name, a schema name, sys objects. Like that, you can able to identify if any tables or any columns it is participating. Okay, right. This is the basic thing. And also we need to identify types of scans. So basically, types of indexes. So here two indexes. One is cluster index. Second one is non-clustered index. So here you can create many non-clustered index. Many indexes we can create, but clustered index only one clustered index per one table. Okay, that is the limitation here. If you have the primary key, the one cluster index will automatically will create. If you don't have the primary key, you can create one clustered index and multiple non-clustered indexes you can create. These things is only for increasing the performance. How many indexes is required based on the size of the table, based on the data, based on how the queries are coming, what are the columns are participating in the where class or having class. Those based on the condition values, you need to create the values. For example, you need to filter out the data based on your Aadhaar number. So your Aadhaar number should be the main column that should be participating in the index. You will get very fast. Or based on the PAN number and Aadhaar number. Or based on your mobile number. Based on your name. How many, see, the based on the column conditions, we can go and find out the and create the indexes. So we no need to struggle more. We have already so many standard scripts are there. So while creating the indexes, That is the next one. Identify the missing indexes. You created the indexes, so and you have missed out the some indexes, unfortunately or fortunately. So there is a script. We can use that script. You can simply execute it. It will show which database ID, what is the average impact, what scan unit, what is the table name, and create statement. Everything it is coming like this because currently I don't have any existing data. That's why missing indexes are not coming. So if not coming, okay. So if you use this one, you will get to know what are the missing indexes with create statements. You simply copy it and execute the missing indexes. So that is the one way we can find out the missing indexes. Okay. So that is the where we can identify the missing indexes. Next one, fragmentation checking. Okay, you have well-fledged query execution plan. You have created all the indexes. Even though still it is application is running slow with your database queries. So what next you need to verify? We need to verify the fragmentation. How we can verify the fragmentation? Here also we have a simple script. Simply execute getting that script. Okay. So I will share you these all the scripts with you. Okay. Or you can Google it also, you will get to know. Okay. So this is the fragmentation issues. So this is the my database adventure works 2019. This is the schema names and these are all the object name means table names. This is the index name which I am giving the my own name. How this is the user defined and this is the user table and this is the type of the index. Is it clustered index or non-clustered index? Page count for this index, how many pages are using, and record count, how many records are there in this particular object in the index, and what is the fragmentation. This is the very important we need to consider. The average fragmentation should be less than 10 or 20, like in between 10 to 20. It should not be less than 10 means the good, or less than 20 it will be the some better. It should not more than 20 is having some trouble. If it is more than 70%, you need to reorganize the indexes. If the value is more than 32 or more than 40 to 70 or 60, in between that, you need to do the rebuild the indexes. Based on this fragmentation value, we need to consider either we can go for reorganize or rebuild. So if you rebuild that reorganize, then you are resetting your index is fresh, then it will the next execution plan is very fast, just like a clearing the cache. Okay. Okay, so we'll discuss the next continuation to the next tomorrow class. Okay, these are all the very important things: fragmentation, rebuild, reorganize, update statistics. I will explain in the next session because this will take some time. Okay. So tomorrow we'll close mostly the performance tuning. So if anything is getting slow, you need to verify all these 14 points one by one. That will be the good will analyzing. Okay. So next under a couple of seconds, the session will be closed. So if you have any doubts or